Welcome to the Crimeycade. I'm that conservative crime fighter back again on a Monday, no less. Why a Monday? Well, it's pretty simple. Decided this week that I am not going to be streaming this Thursday because I have to deal with pet situation. One of my cats is going in for dental, and I have to get her sedated, which means giving her some medications very early in the morning at an hour that I'm not used to getting up at. Because of this, and fortunately, it is going to be holiday. It's going to be holiday, so I can nap during the day while she's being taken care of. But being that this is probably going to be an all-day ordeal, because I have to take her in early and then pick her up in the afternoon and bring her home and hope there's no complications. And then I got to keep tabs on her throughout the night, which means my 3-day weekend, I'm going to be busy keeping tabs on her to make sure she's doing okay, not suffering ill effects, and which means I'm pretty much stuck staying home this holiday weekend. Now I can practice on games and stuff, but chasing scores again is going to be a bit of an issue because I need to get back to the Galloping Ghost Arcade, and it's been a while since I've been up there. And I really need to get back up there because more of my scores keep getting taken. Anyway. At the back end of this podcast, I do have something I need to rant about because an anniversary of a bad situation that happened 3 years ago happened this week, but I'll get to this later. Last Thursday, my guests, Jared Dormer, Magdiel Ventura, and David Bryant, they're all organizers of GameCons. I did the third GameCon roundtable. Had the Canadian perspective for the first time in the mix. We had the veteran. 2 of these cons are going to be happening on March the 21st in River Oaks, Texas for Retrofest, and then Augusta, Georgia for the Video Gaming Expo on the 21st. Saskatchewan Retro Game Con will be happening in September, so it's going to be quite a ways away for that con to come around. Thank you for coming in for that podcast. If you are a gamer, yes, I'm looking for guests. I'm going to be booking for March. I got to start looking for March guests now because I don't want to kind of wait till the last minute. And certainly, I didn't even tell you about the weekend. I was going to tell you about the weekend first, but, if you're working in gaming, you're a touring competitor, create content, have notoriety, gaming fanatic, I'd like to talk to you. Generally, I pod on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Central, although, considering tonight, we're podding on a Monday, right after the Super Bowl. Yeah. Speaking of that, and message me either on Twitch /rap_sheet or on Facebook /Crimeycade. And if you're watching on Twitch and you're not following me on Facebook, please follow me on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook and not following me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch. And the past episodes of the Crimeycade are on my YouTube channel, tiny.cc/PWCI. Well, the weekend happened, yes. And it was the Super Bowl, yes. Oh, before that, I got to give my weekly Beezer shout out. Will it ever reach the arcade floor? We'll see. It didn't happen this week. The game this week happened to be Mystic Riders, which was a game I have not heard of, although it kind of resembles Cotton. And maybe also, Chariot, which is from the Three Wonders game. Yeah, Yeah. Speaking of the Super Bowl, yeah, yeah. Well, let's go ahead, show this off. Yes, the face you make when the Seahawks win the Super Bowl over the Patriots. Yeah, the defense was really dominating the game, especially in the first three quarters. People were claiming, "Oh, this is a boring game." Blah 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 blah. Where's all the scoring? Where's all the offense? This. There's not much happening. Like the defense was dominant. Any game where the defense holds the scoring down to almost nothing. I mean, if you're all about the scoring, yes, it probably was a boring game. But the defense dominated, and they shut the Patriots out for three quarters. And when the fourth quarter came along, finally, somebody reached the red zone with the ball. The Seahawks got the first touchdown. The Patriots got a touchdown. Turnovers, sacks, and the Seahawks ran away with it 29-13. And JP Pitts did not have so much of a good time. He thought he was going to crush everybody at Blitz 99. Number Fail made sure that to send a message that you ain't crushing the competition while I'm in it. But the showdown between Pitts and Fail during the stream didn't happen because he was knocked out. Yes, that's right. He did not play you in Blitz because he was knocked out of the tournament by Lionel. Kid 2 knocked him out. That 2 straight losses. JP Pitts is in shell shock. But here's something else. It appears the gate has opened. The gate is opened. Oh, he didn't lose 2 straight? I thought he did. Oh, well. I know he got demolished. Put it that way. Oh, I know who he beat. David Figueroa, who won't show up he'll show up for the NFL Blitz tournament, but he won't show up for the best of 7 match against me that he challenged me to. He said, well, I challenged him, but he accepted my challenge, but he hasn't shown up. He has not shown up for the best of 7 challenge every time I get up there to Catholic Ghost Arcade. But he shows up for Blitz. Oh, he did beat DSP. All right. No, I kind of watched that whole thing quickly, but so let me remove this for a second. So my Saturday, yes, I was not at Blitz. I had to deal with a wrestling show all weekend. It was a women's tournament, single elimination. Unfortunately, it was not well attended. I don't know why, but then I kind of think there seems to be a lot of all women shows in the Midwest all of a sudden. So instead of it being a special attraction, it's just another independent show. And I don't think that was what they had in mind. It's like, yeah, the all women shows generally cost more money to put on, and ticket prices go up for those. But unfortunately, there's too many of them at the moment, and it's probably the girls gonna have to pay 2, 2, or 3 matches alongside the guys on a card. But I think at this point the all women show probably kind of lost interest a little bit because there's a bit too much. There's too much of it at the moment. So anyway, yes. Okay. My guest is about ready to get in here, so he tells me. Anyway. Yeah, grand finals. Yeah, I bet he was broke. I bet he was broken. All right. Arcade Wars Game of the Month has been announced. It is Gunsmoke. Gambling Ghost Arcade won the January game over One Up Arcade Australia, Underground Retrocade, and the Guardcade. So we'll see if Galloping Ghost can put two in a row together for first place. I know Doc Mack has not pushed Arcade Wars as much lately in favor of all the challenge cards. I think he's just about lost interest in Arcade Wars in general, which is why I'm kind of surprised that this is still going at all. But One Up Arcade reopened, and they're still going to go with this. So we'll see where it goes from here. And Newhouse Highs and World Records, and it was covered earlier on the Monday Mystery stream. And I've got more scores to take back. Oh, in fact, all three of these scores were mine. All three of these. Not happy about it. Big Karnak. I mean, I took it from Andrew, but he took it back. But he's still grinding on that game. I've been practicing it a few times when I can, but looks like the hill is going to be a bit higher to climb. I know I have to navigate the pirate ship. I guess you could call it a pirate ship. The pirate ship level to get about where Andrew is score-wise. Super Spy Chris Plackey came into Galloping Ghost and took that one from me. Mine had stood for quite some time, and nobody's played Super Spy, but Chris Plackey decided to set his sights on that one. So he had to take that one back. It's like Doc Beck was talking about, compensation for those who have to travel 6 hours to the arcade to take a score back and then lose it after they leave. Yeah, I'm probably going to be the biggest customer in that department. And then, last but not least, Ray Craig, or AI Craig, calls himself the Finger Papa now. Alien 3 took my Alien 3 score, and that stood for quite some time. In fact, no one was playing Alien 3 the gun, because Mossy's Zagobian had it for years, but nobody was playing Alien 3 because it was always down. But it had a credit button issue. Once it was set to free play, that issue was conquered. And then I started playing it because, I thought that was a score I could beat. And I did beat the score. But now Ray has been attacking that one, so now I got to try to get 7 million on it. I do have an Alien 3's arcade machine to practice on down in Chatham, but I'm still ways to getting, I have to get to the second level boss. The first level boss is kind of unfair because it'll do damage to you unexpectedly. You can't defend yourself from it, the damage it does. So, yeah, too many cheap hits with that one. I'll have to keep going, I guess. It's like, when am I going to get my scores back? I got too many damn scores to take back. The Gamer of the Year odds, pretty much no change here. Andrew's into his level 7 card, but Claire still hasn't gotten his level 7. He's eligible for it. And Mossy's is grinding away. He's still got all these autocomplete points, all these cards he's beaten. These challenge cards he's beaten. I thought I had one here. Here. Challenge cards. These challenge cards. I've completed my level 2. But Mossie's has completed so many other people's cards. It's not even funny. So, but the question is this your scheme of year Chase focused on solely on his challenge cards? I think not. But right now, this is the most visible metric, the challenge cards. And of course, now the power rankings for mid-February, and because more of my scores got taken, I slip a spot to number 11. Stinks. I gotta get back up there, but cat issues I gotta deal with. So, and there is the chase for tokens. All right, my guest at this time, and I need to show something off before I bring my guest in. A couple of weeks ago, we had our guest was Iarossi, and let me 1 second. I want to get my screen up here so I can show this video off, but I got to get it on the right one. So I got to put these browser windows in the right places to do this. And I hope the audio comes through. In fact, I'm going to pull this up on this phone so I can hear it. All right. And there's going to be echo. Nice. Got to turn this down so it's not so obvious. Here we go. This is my bit. So Powerfest 94. This is over in Champaign-Urbana. Let's see if the audio comes through. And of course it's not coming through. I gotta pull this out. Stand by 1 second. Stand by 1 second. I guess I gotta pull this out. Let's see if we'll go now. Here we go.
Here tonight, video game enthusiasts in Central Illinois have converged on Champaign this weekend for Powerfest 94. In this competition, sponsored by Nintendo of America, local players battle for a national title. 10 reasons to play.
At this red and blue semi-trailer stationed in a Target store's parking lot and vying for the local championship. The winner gets an all-expense-paid trip to SeaWorld in San Diego, where another competition takes place.
Compete with 139 other winners from around the country for the World Championship, where they'll win a car, $5,000, home entertainment system, Nintendo prizes, about $5,000 worth of stuff.
Some players are here just for fun. It's a lot of fun out here, kids. Play the games and stuff. For others, it's serious business. Stephen Lucas won a trip to Disney World and a car in competition a few years ago.
I play Nintendo, Sega, IBM computer games. I've also played Super Nintendo, Atari 2600, Atari 8-bit computers.
Lucas says he's disappointed in his scores today, but he's got until tomorrow afternoon to hit his peak. That's when the playoffs are held, and some lucky person is crowned local Powerfest champion. In Champaign, meet Braxton, the Channel 3 News at 10.
I can't play those games. There are Powerfest 94 contests in more than 100 cities before the finals in November. And that is our report of news for tonight. Stay tuned next for a current affair weekend. It's Widow on the Late Show. And don't forget the Channel 3 News tomorrow at 10.
Hang on. Get rid. Whoa! Man. Get myself resituated here. There we go. Test 1, 2, 3. All right. Hopefully we're back to normal here. Jeez. Sharing screen's a pain in the rear. Anyway, my guest at this time is one of the contenders for Powerfest 94. He is also active chasing the score for the official tournament Star Fox competition. He was also a participant in the Pokemon Journey Across America. He wanted to come on the podcast after hearing that a certain rival invoked his name, and tells me that this has been the third time his name has been invoked on a podcast, and he has never had the chance to rebut anything that Powerfest 94 champion Mike Iarossi has had to say. So welcoming into the Crimeycade tonight is one nightmare, James Sorge. Welcome in.
James Sorge, let's correct the name, but otherwise, how you doing, Steve?
All right. It's been kind of, as usual, I'm having a rush.
And by the way, I love the cats.
All right. So I'm going to throw this up here first. When you gave me an outline on how you wanted to take this podcast through, so I'll let you introduce yourself first. First question is, why have you had a 30-year grudge on Mike Iarossi?
Oh, Mike being Mike.
If we can call it a grudge.
Well, there's been a few things going, but we'll start off on May 20th, 1994. We'll take the clock back, and it was a Powerfest regional, Powerfest 1994. But do we want to go back even further? It's up to you.
You know, we basically need to have the 411 as you as a gamer. So let's go all the way back to the very beginning when you started playing games. What got you hooked?
4 years old, Atari, like Asteroids, Donkey Kong, not too good, but what do you expect out of a 4-year-old?
Yeah.
But I guess then I played around the block, 8, 9. John Sondrup got me into Super Mario Brothers around 8 years old.
Okay.
I guess we'll start around Powerfest 90. Meadowlands Arena. I got a.
You mean the Nintendo World Championships, you mean?
1990, yes.
Okay.
And I'll say a point later, keep this in mind. All right. But we'll start. We played the qualifiers, and then I got 250,000 on the big screen when we went after I got past the first round. And I was in the 10 and under division, like Jeff Hansen was. We'll talk more about him later, but we basically did there. I got to the semifinals the next day, surprised the heck out of my parents and everybody else, my cousin and everybody. So we go to there, and of course we'll mention Mike's name here. Apparently he was secretly scouting me at the time, as far as I've heard.
Iarossi was scouting you?
Yes, he apparently heard about me then.
What do you mean he was scouting you? How do you? He was just watching.
I don't know. That's all I know about it.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So we get to the next round. Mind you, I'm not much of a Tetris person, but I had the round of my life. I got about 375,000 in the semifinals. They pulled me separately. Then they're finding scores. I placed about 13th. I'm out of the top 7. I'm out. Prodigy type of thing. Had my run. You know, it was a nice day. A little upset, but good day.
I didn't even get to play in the 90. I was in college. I ended up playing the Sega Genesis tournament first, but I did not win. So, but I got a Genesis and $100 out of the deal, so it wasn't. Didn't come up empty.
I didn't know much about the campus challenges, or I did hear about the Star Fox. Didn't get to go.
Neither did I.
So I finally hear about Powerfest 94. So I call about it, Nintendo hotline, and you hear a lot about that story. Have about 7 days to go. So we hear it's Super Mario Lost Levels, Mario Kart, and Ken Griffey Baseball. 2 things they don't tell us, and this ends up hurting me at the competition a little bit. One, I was expecting to have free choice of player. I'm a Koopa Troopa main. Of course, they stick you with Mario. And second of all, they tell you on the phone it's the second stage, Donut Plains 1. Of course not. It's Mario Circuit 1. So if you have any comments about that, you can say it, and then we'll.
I mean, I only know first 1-1, first Lost Levels, and yes, the first track in Mario Kart.
Yeah,
And
same as
then, Ken Griffey Jr. hit home runs
yeah,
until
Ken Griffey
time runs
Baseball.
out.
That was
I mean, I don't
all right.
know of any other. I don't need to be told any different. But then again, I guess you called the hotline and they just told you what it was going to be.
Yeah.
All I cared about was finding the place first, so I could play their new stuff.
Yeah, horse is a horse, of course.
Right.
So moving on to May 19th, 1994, the day before the big day. So I'm qualifying. I'm there with my friend Ken. We'll mention him later, too, because Iarossi definitely did mention a few things about that. That was a whole other issue. But we were playing, and I eventually get like a little bit over 110. Not the greatest high score. I don't generally tend to play very high. I'm very consistent.
Yeah.
So I end up about 9th place. We come back the next day because I'm right on the border. But we didn't know if we were going to make it. So come back about an hour before, play like 1 or 2, nothing happens. So crunch time comes. Johan Hernandez, who was 6th place, does not show up because he has like a baseball championship. So I'm slotted in the last
I wish I had got that lucky.
Well, we'll just say that the situation was lucky, but probably I would have qualified anyway if things didn't work out that day. Because you've heard all the stories, but just for that day, I got lucky. All right. So we're moving on. I play first because I'm 8th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and I have better consistent score. I crushed that round. Then you have the big boys, Iarossi, Jersey boys, all of them. They qualify, and now you have Dorian and Jay Orlando and Iarossi and me, top 4. This is probably what everybody expected going in.
But Dorian was there. Okay.
We had the most consistent scores. This
Dorian Whitlock.
Yes. Jaron, Street Fighter 6 player. Okay. And then Dorian and Jay Orlando play next. They have their absolutely worst rounds of the tournament. They barely broke. Dorian didn't even break 700,000. Jay Orlando was about 700,000. Terrible. Iarossi and I just had to play like decently and we would advance, which we did. We were both over 1 million. We didn't even really try hard at that point. Saved our energy because it was over because the first 2 played really badly.
Okay.
Then came the final round. Obviously, I speed run lost levels better, so I got past him. He returns the favor in Mario Kart. So he's got a slight lead. Then he hits a pop slide. Then I apply the punishment tax, hit about 2 home runs while he's in the middle of that. Take a slight lead, back and forth, couple of ground balls, nothing big. But it's still, my average score is 1,030,000. It wasn't going to be enough. And so finally, I keep it up. Time hits. I have 108. He has 105. I ended up upsetting him and winning. Surprising everybody.
So you're heading to San Diego. So you're heading to San Diego. You got that trip secured.
I do want to address one incident.
Okay, go ahead.
I do want to address one incident that happened there because I get a lot of heat from Dorian and Mike from it. All right.
Okay.
I had my 9-year-old friend there. All right, who they commonly mistake for me, and he was constantly mouthing off to Iarossi at that point, constantly.
Okay.
And I hear about this a lot. He was about 9 years old. He had a 600,000 score at the event. Not terrible for a kid that age.
Okay.
And I had to pull him over and actually tell him to stop. And then eventually he goes to the next stop and says something.
No, wait a minute.
I'm going to leave it there.
Time out. 1 second. Let me ask this. How old are you at that time? How old were you when you won? You're 14 or 15. So
and my voice still sounds exactly the same.
Well, my voice doesn't sound much different either, as you heard from the KHQA clip. But I was a lot less heavy, and I wish I was, 30 pounds lighter. What? Well, I would like to be, yeah. Although it's going to be a bigger challenge for you, but it's still an issue for me.
But if you want to give Mike nightmares that my voice still sounds exactly the same and I'm still super serious about video games, he's going to hate it.
So the 9-year-old talks trash. He said, what did this kid say? Did you know what he said? Do you have any idea what he said?
I'm not going to repeat it on air.
But it was basically
he was like bragging I was going to win and everything, and Iarossi was pissed.
Okay, so he was cutting wrestling, trash talk, roasting, and this 9-year-old kid who did not win, you won, but this 9-year-old he says he's going to beat Iarossi in San Diego or where?
In New Jersey.
So he was traveling to New Jersey. So he was heading to New Jersey.
He was with me, and he was talking a lot of trash.
Well, let me clarification here. Okay, so you won where?
Wayne, New Jersey, at the PC Richards.
Okay, so the second location was?
He went to Reading afterwards behind my back.
The 9-year-old went to Reading. The 9-year-old went to Reading too?
Apparently. I wasn't there. I didn't go to another event.
Okay. All right. Do we know this 9-year-old that grew up into an adult?
Yeah, he grew up.
Yeah, but do we know who he is? Do we know him?
No, he's not.
But does the gaming world know who he is?
No.
Does he have any sort of notoriety in the gaming scene? He does not. Okay.
His best score was like 700,000 in Powerfest. That's his claim to fame.
Okay. So Iarossi thinks got mistaken identity going on. So the next part of this, Iarossi wins it in Reading, New Jersey, punches his ticket to San Diego. So where does the story go from here?
Now, before we go into anything related to the finals, I do have to address something here, all right?
Okay.
I wish I had representation like a lawyer or someone in the video game circuit. I did not have a lot of representation. I got trapped into a situation where I could not practice in my room. I had a small TV and all I had was my Game Boy at the time.
That was in San Diego or what?
San Diego.
Okay. Well, I will tell you this. I did not drag a Nintendo Entertainment System with me when I went to Orlando, Florida. My practice rounds and everybody else's was during rehearsals. Now, if somebody did take their Nintendo with them on the plane and a TV, I don't know if anybody who did. It seems like you'd have to go through, and I know the TSA was not in existence then, but certainly is now, unless you drove in a car down there to Orlando and to Pleasure Island, Disney World.
I think
I don't know if anybody else who's lugged their thing around, but go ahead.
1 minute. I think we did drag a Super Nintendo. I don't think we dragged a TV. You're obviously not going to drag a CRT TV down there. And hi, Joel. I did see your comment.
I mean, a couple of people took a TV and a copy of Donkey Kong Country, which apparently was released the same day that or the day before they left. Bought a copy of the game and then played through it in a hotel while the partying was going on, I guess. In fact, I even have this Donkey. Oh, this isn't the party, but I got more footage. Let me throw this up here. This is video. This is more video from the tournament itself in San Diego. And there's, what's his face? JD Roth, or what? Is that correct? Yeah, he's the host. What's funny is these doggone turntables or giant turning stages where you pull the kiosks up on the stage, and then everybody leaves by spinning. It's like we just walked off the stage. We didn't get to go for a ride or nothing. Oh, there's Iarossi right there, right in the middle. I see him right here. That's him.
Yeah, that's him. All right.
All right. Well, continue on with the story here.
Okay, where do we pick up? I guess we'll pick up at the Street Fighter side tournament on Saturday, which was early in the
Well, let me actually, before you continue, you talked about representation. That comes up somewhere in this thing. Oh gosh, the Shopko logo popped up. That was still around back then. We don't have any Shopkos anymore. I just noticed. I'm sorry for interrupting.
It's okay.
So, I don't know where the representation part of this. Oh, I see. Go ahead and continue. I'm going to see if I can correct the microphone issue. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Yeah, go ahead. While I'm fixing this.
Okay, so I wish I had representation because my father and I didn't have any knowledge of esports or anything. So, and we said we got stuck in that practice situation. Iarossi got to do all his. I've forgiven him for it, but it's still a thing that kind of bothered me at the time, and I really kind of didn't shake his hand because of it at the time and everything. Because I didn't have that ability to do that. I did not like that. I don't hear anything.
Can you hear me?
Now I can, yes.
I wasn't speaking. So this audio is off, by the way.
Okay, so
yes, we can only hear you.
I did not like the fact that some people had practice and some people did not. If I had proper representation or someone that could have represented me besides my dad who knew nothing, that I could have addressed that issue better.
As I stated earlier, I didn't get to take a game system down. It was too much of a burden. I did all the practicing before I got on the plane.
Pretty much the same here too. I only got to do that, my Game Boy and the whatever I had at the kiosks there. That's it. Because we couldn't manipulate the TV into anything. It was like blocked.
Okay.
Okay.
So from there.
Okay, so let's fast forward. I'm going to go to the next event on the list. And that was, I got to meet Jeff Hansen in a certain location. All right.
Okay.
And the first thing I saw, I'm going to reveal for the first time here that I ever saw was a 980,000 score on Tetris. So that disputes Harry Hong's 999,999.
Okay.
I know he had it. He just didn't show it very much. And he paused it right as soon as I got there.
Okay, so somebody played Tetris and got over 900,000.
Jeff Hansen, Nintendo World Champion.
So there's been some questions. And I'm looking at this outline here. Oh, now I see this. You had some sort of side tournament. Now, Blaine Phelps said that they didn't sanction a match where it included Street Fighter 2 or Mortal Kombat.
I will leave that on Hansen's. Ask him more about that.
Ask Hansen about that. Okay.
I don't know Blaine Phelps, so I didn't.
Oh, Blaine Phelps organized the Campus Challenge and Powerfest 94. Now, he may not have been on the ground for the final, but he certainly was around for the Campus Challenge.
I've never talked to him, so that would be on Hansen. So
okay,
we definitely did play. I do have video of it. Unfortunately, because of my technical difficulties, I don't have it. I will release the clip on February 13th, which was unfortunately coincides with the passing of my mom 2 years ago. Unfortunately.
Okay. So what was this side tournament?
Well, first let's talk about the day in order, all right? Because that was later in the day, all right?
Okay.
So we're going to talk about the Street Fighter 2 side tournament in the morning first.
Okay.
And I'll skip straight to the finals, the final four. All right. Edric Clark, myself, Dorian again. He plays Street Fighter, and Justin Veach. First, the top four. I play Justin Veach. I get some wins and I perfect him in the last round.
Okay.
Then we have Edric and Dorian playing. Edric beats him.
Mm-hmm.
So Edric and I then play the Street Fighter side tournament in the first to collapse, and Edric ends up winning. So I'm second place there.
Okay.
There was also a Mortal Kombat 2 side tournament. I don't know anything about that. Hanson was all involved with that.
Okay.
And then later on, there was the best of 3 that we played. I'll go more into all eras first, best of 7 later, but for this, we'll just talk about the best of 3 for now. All right? First game, I was told, the day before, we were playing Mortal Kombat 2 first. So,
okay.
And mind you, Hanson tested Mortal Kombat 2 for the Super Nintendo, so he had quite an advantage. But he was drilling me pretty hard. And he eventually did win, but I was starting to do what all fighting game players do. I was starting to adjust on it and figure him out. Didn't quite get there.
Okay.
Then we moved to Street Fighter 2, and then he was as fast as Yipes, if you're familiar with that fighting game player in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I don't know if you've done your research.
No, I'm not familiar with him. There's, so many. Unless it's Justin Wong.
Everybody knows Justin, the greatest of all time.
Yeah. I don't know
but
I don't know the other gentleman.
Yipes is one of Justin's rivals and moves as fast as you can imagine. He's one of the players that has actually made me put down the controller because I can't follow him.
Right.
Hanson was playing me much of the same way, but I got lucky. He did like an Ume Shoryu. If you know anything about Daigo, the Shoryu at the last second, I happen to block it.
Mm-hmm.
When I get the technical stuff settled down, I'll put the video up showing that for verification. I don't want to put any more of the video up because I don't have permission from Jeff Hansen to do so. That I blocked that Shoryuken. I threw him into the corner about 75%. He was done and technically conceded the game like the next match after.
Okay.
So it was 1-1. Nintendo started getting nervous.
So why is Nintendo which representative from Nintendo got involved in this?
It's in the video. I'll show you eventually, and you can figure it out.
Do you know who filmed it? Or
my dad did.
He did.
And he got knocked away by the crowd.
Okay.
Remember, this is 1994, not 2026. All right.
I get. Yeah.
Nothing was organized back then.
Right.
And the last game was Super Mario Kart.
Okay.
Had to be a Nintendo game. Nintendo reluctantly let the match proceed, but it had to be a Nintendo game.
Well, it supposedly was not sanctioned by Nintendo, the whole, whatever the side thing was.
But they let it proceed, but it had to be a Nintendo game at the end.
Okay.
So easy decision. If you'll go to 4 out of 7 and other sets like that later, but we easily agreed we're both practicing Super Mario Kart. It was the game to go to at that time.
Okay.
Basic rules we agreed not to use. Mario Circuit 1 because it was commonly used in the Powerfest back then. We were exhausted by it, and Rainbow Road. This will be brought up later.
Okay.
So it was really an epic match. We would love to have it recorded. It was Clash of Styles. He won most of the straightaway type of races with Yoshi. I won most of the item tracks like Ghost Valleys, Vanilla Lakes, Choco Valleys with Koopa Troopa. So I ended up -1 in Mario Circuit 4.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a very technical, demanding track, kind of even on all characters. I pulled it out at the last second, tying the score.
Okay.
So we had a problem. We had to have a tiebreaker. There were a few things discussed. You couldn't have another game because there are other people in other kiosks. You couldn't be rude at that time.
Right.
Large crowd, too. So we didn't want to do Mario Circuit 1. That was considered too easy. Also, there was a lot of discussion about doing easier versions of tracks. We did.
Okay.
So he eventually reluctantly decided to do Rainbow Road. Not an easy decision because
Well, it
then he
also has to be enabled.
then he picked Yoshi out of all characters on Rainbow Road, which everyone thought was a disaster. Ask him kindly, "Are you sure, Jeff?" He says yes. I lock him, Koopa. We go to Rainbow Road. Then I deliberately let him take the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Get the item. I get a red shell. I think you know where this is going. Then I have to catch up to him.
Yeah.
Lap 2 in the narrow area. I catch up to him, hit him with the shell. He goes off first. I go off second. I think he did fall off once along the way. Then we recover. He is disoriented. I pick up right where I left off. I eventually lap him, lap 4, and that's the end of the game.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the tiebreaker was not as epic as the match. It was more like Ricky and Igo with the judgment match. If you're follow fighting games, it was not that spectacular.
All right.
And then the story really kind of takes a dark turn at that point, where my dad pulls me out after that because of he doesn't want my likeness posted all over the place. And as you know, I don't want to use too many bad words. I know you asked out of respect, but I have to use one here. You know, Mike is Mike and can be an asshole. So
he was dropping F-bombs left and right, so, whatever.
So that and his likeness, he didn't want me around it, pulled me out, caused a whole bunch of issues, and I'll let you react, and then we'll go into May 20th at the tournament.
So, who wanted to use your likeness? Nintendo?
Nintendo, yes.
But you're on stage, you're doing the tournament, you won a trip to San Diego, you're 14.
15 now. It's birthday September.
A whole slew of parents and kids are there on stage. Why is it that he decided he didn't want you getting the limelight?
I don't know. He won't discuss it.
Is he in the house with you?
No, and I didn't want him here to discuss it. I don't want to put him on the spot.
I'd take him and put him on the witness stand and start.
Let's not do that.
Examination.
But
I'd grill him.
Let's just say Mike is a big part of it. So let's leave it there. All right.
I'm just telling you what I do.
So we're adults now, and we will talk about Mike again in a bit. All right.
Okay.
And the Jersey Boys and everything else. We're gonna go into the tournament now. All right. May 20th. Not May 20th, November 20th.
I do need to reiterate one thing.
What?
The side thing was Blade Phelps says Nintendo wouldn't have sanctioned whatever the side tournament was. That's what he says. But he did not get back to me on what the heck this was, although it jogged his memory, but he did not get back to me with an answer as to what it really was.
This is going to be controversial, but I'm going to say Blaine Phelps is covering his ass and he's full of it.
He has no reason to cover his rear because he doesn't work for Nintendo anymore. It's been a couple decades, and I had to go.
And if he has a problem, he can call me about it.
I doubt he's concerned about. Truthfully.
Well, we'll just leave it there. I'm not going to cause any more controversy.
All right.
He has my ex or something. He can just reach me.
Okay. I'm a little more of a skeptic. Being the skeptic here. Anyway.
Okay, let's get to the tournament because so it goes there, and this is where I'm going to start talking about hit it hard mode a little bit because I have a gaming degree, I have a computer science degree. I didn't back then, but I do now. I'm going to go into this a little bit. So first round, it takes them an awfully long time to set up and everything. So we do the game. We eventually, after about a half-hour setup, which is ridiculously long time, shouldn't take that long.
You think that's a long time? It apparently takes 3 hours to set up a wrestling ring around here, and it shouldn't. Anyway, go ahead.
So this is after they set up the other day. So yeah, that's a long time. So play Mario and Mario Kart. It's a little slower, but not terrible. All right. And this is the key because this plays back late. We're going to talk again about this later in another tournament.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with lost levels or Mario Kart. They play fine. The first 4 batters of Ken Griffey baseball, they do not want to hit a home run for anything. Try multiple timings, multiple everything. Nothing works.
Well, they're not Griffey.
I know that, but but if you've ever played home run derby or played Ken Griffey baseball, there's all different timings on the batters and everything.
Yeah.
And nothing worked. They have like a hidden switch or something that they can change the timing to whatever they please. Now I'm going to go into something a little controversial here that Dorian saw something like this and requested a second shot.
Okay.
And got it.
What did he see that
you would have to
they
ask
had
Dorian?
the wrong version of the cart? Like it wasn't the 1 million home run thing, or
the 1 million home run one. He saw something weird. I don't know what Dorian saw, but he did not like it. He requested a second shot and got it.
Okay.
I'll leave it there. Ask him.
I have requested Dorian to appear on my pod, but he hasn't answered. So.
And then
I don't know how I'm gonna find Jeff Hansen.
I'll tell you some stuff later if you can try. But basically, that at that point, and also keep in mind they broadcasted my whole run on stage, and they didn't do that to anybody else.
Just you? I think
until the finals.
Well, I thought some of the other stuff. Well, I thought they showed off random playthroughs all the way through, but
no, they showed mine in its entirety.
Okay, so that was the one I saw just a few minutes ago.
I have it on my video as well somewhere.
Hey, because I'm looking at this. I can go back to this. Is this your playthrough?
I can't remember. I have to compare it against my video.
Okay. Because I know there's. Well, they were showing off some of these, so I don't know. Maybe it could have been.
I was very upset for a while. Dorian and Mike were correct about that, but then I recovered. I was okay, and then it became a war room, and I'll leave it there.
All right, proceed.
And then, Mike Iarossi Veach, no dispute there.
Well, I had my issue. I had my rivalry. Brandon Veach was the one who knocked me out of this thing entirely. And that was down in Mount Vernon, Illinois. That was my last go at it. So, him and his brother, one of them.
They had a huge family.
Yeah, they're traveling from town to town. So, yes, I've encountered him multiple times. Can't find him now, though.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna transition into 2006. I'm not gonna tell the whole story, but I'm gonna tell what's relevant.
Did we get to the end of this? We didn't get to the end of San Diego here.
Let's see if I have anything.
Let's get to the end of San Diego before we move over to Journey Across America. So I'm looking at your notes, and there's about a half a page left to go through. I think. Nope, one paragraph left. Go ahead.
I just wanted really one more shot, and I didn't get it. I remember telling that to Dorian or somebody. I just wanted one more shot because I wanted to break that hidden hard mode in half.
Okay.
Didn't get it. I didn't ask. I didn't get it, and because of what my dad did, I wouldn't have gotten it.
What is this hidden hard mode?
I'll explain more. I have to explain Journey Across America before we can really go into it.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
So this is about a reproduction cart. Is when you made this discovery, I'm assuming.
You'll understand when I explain Journey Across America at the end.
Okay. All right, take that down. That didn't switch right. All right. So.
And now we're going to transition into Journey Across America.
When all was said and done, you finished in 55th place in San Diego. You pretty much watched the rest of the tournament from the stands.
Got Battletoads and Double Dragon, Super Nintendo, which I wasn't going to pay for. One game I really like, so I got away with it.
Okay, so I guess you took home Double Dragon. Took home a Double Dragon game as your prize, I guess.
Yes. Went
back home.
Played some fighting games over the years. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Yes, I'm shouting you out, Shock.
So a few years pass by, graduate high school,
Graduate
maybe
college first time.
go to college, you get out of school. Gosh, when?
Finished first time 2003.
Now you're on your own, or are you still living with family?
I still live with family. There's still caretaking issues here. I don't want to. That's kind of private, but that will.
That's fine. Okay, so
I do
Got
eventually
to-
do take light jobs. I can't do fighting games for that time, so I get into Pokemon more.
okay,
And we eventually go into like Pokemon Rocks America and then Journey Across America.
okay,
And I eventually go to Philadelphia, the first of my 2 stops, which I'm signed up for. And I bring out one of my warm-up teams so people wouldn't see the team I was using in the tournament, obviously. And then this one little kid beats me, 12-year-old Samin Syed, aka Ko. And I'm not going to discuss the whole story about him. We'll do that on another podcast if we do. But I want to talk more about the hidden hard mode here. All right.
okay.
And so I eventually play the tournament after the juniors go. All right. He was in the juniors tournament. I'll talk about that whole thing on another day.
Okay.
Because that's a whole story in itself. So I play the tournament very nervous after everything. First match I almost lose because I'm getting really, really nervous here.
By the way, this footage is apparently somebody's video from Journey Across America in New York.
That's the actual finals.
Okay, because I have not looked at this. I just pulled it up. So I'm looking at this for the first time.
So we're in Philadelphia. I advanced through the finals. Then third round is against the Young Buckle Supreme, aka Ethan Buck, Poke Ethan. He had 98 Houndoom. That's just a random point. People who know me would understand that one a little better. But then I get to the semifinals against TTS, overrun his Rayquaza and Groudon with Electrode. That's another point. Then I lose to Justin 6049 in the finals due to a 50-50. Now, I'm going to make this point. I should have got the job done there because always try to take things in your own hands if you can, because this leads to the second part of the story, which is pretty dark. All right.
Okay.
They take my game, they investigate it. I clear hacking, no sign of hacking whatsoever. Now we roll to Nintendo World.
Okay.
Quick note, I face a Metacham team. He wouldn't have killed me anyway. He should have clicked Shadow Ball. He does not. He misclicks. I win that. Beat the guy in the semifinals. Now here's where the hidden hard mode comes in really hard. All right. I see a Nintendo
Pokemon or Powerfest.
Hold on. Let me explain. Then you can ask questions. I see a Nintendo Game Freak executive come from the back and switch memory cards with the GameCube that's going to be used in the finals. And the finals is against, which already is sus as you can imagine. Why would you do that before the finals? Now I play the darling of Nintendo World, Inky Dog, Peter Jimenez. And if you know anything about Pokemon, that there's certain luck hacks or random RNG things that can happen during the game.
Okay.
Very important to know, because basically I had a perfect setup to win the game. He uses Thunder from Kyogre, paralyzes my Snorlax. My Latias is already protected. I was low on health, but if I hit that move, I win the game.
Okay.
My Snorlax gets paralyzed. I cannot explode, and he wipes me the next turn. 0.01% chance of happening. Because they did that. They put that memory card into that GameCube, so I would have less chance of winning. See how that parallels with 1994 a bit?
Now hang on a second. So the implication you're making right now, because maybe I'm reading too much into this, but I'm kind of have to think a little bit because I'm come from the investigate. I am a mad conservative crime fighter, so I kind of come from solving crimes, fighting crimes,
I
thinking,
understand.
and then
There's a
of
little
course,
more to the story after the
yes,
Dirty South
but
America.
there's also a lot of chicanery considering that I followed the pro wrestling world and it's like villains, heroes. The villains are always coming up with dirty little schemes to make the heroes' lives miserable. So the implication I'm getting here is because your dad decided Nintendo can't give you the limelight. Oh, look at this. Former resident indie wrestler. I'm going to get to this guy in a bit. I want to find out who he is and what wrestler name he had. Maybe he can tell me while he's in the chat. But because Nintendo or your dad did not allow Nintendo to give you the limelight, they cooked up this conspiracy to hold you back, to keep you from winning the big one because of who knows. They thought you were the next big thing in the gaming world. Yeah, I sure didn't get all that attention. I'm bitter. I should have gotten my part of it. That's why I'm doing this podcast and doing all this other stuff. Anyway.
But anyway, I just wanted to get out of there. I got the prize package from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get the Pokemon to code that I agreed because I was coaching them at the time.
Okay.
I got stopped by John Hirschberger at the door. All right. Pretty
Who's
angry too. Fortunately, kept my control, got out of there, turned my back. I was pretty angry at him after a bit of a dispute.
Wait,
Got on the subway, got out of there. I eventually did show up at Bryant Park.
Who is John Hirschberger or whatever?
Hirschberger. He was the head of Pokemon USA at the time.
Okay, go ahead.
And he was trying to get me to turn over my game, but there was no point.
Okay.
I got to the Pokemon to call when he eventually won the junior division at the Nationals.
Okay.
And that's a whole story for another day.
All right.
But here's the kicker on this. I didn't write this down, but I do want to say something.
All right.
I did eventually meet with John Hirschberger and a couple of Game Freak executives at Neutral Ground in 2009, and they did apologize for the whole situation.
Okay.
And that closes the. But what I'm saying is that the way they manipulated the 94 and the 2006 cartridges, they have ways of doing it.
So what is so you're telling me that they rigged the thing against you
Twice.
back in 94 and they remembered who you were in 2006 and did to you again?
Yes.
What was the motivation besides that goofy conspiracy theory I came up with? Was
just
their
too
true
good.
motive?
Then I guess I'm just too good, and they didn't like it. Maybe like this too. Maybe they didn't like 94, but someone up there knew me and didn't like it. I don't have the exact
thing is too good in gaming. I mean, if you were just, Thor Ackerlund was the best Tetris player in the world when he won the 1990 competition. Did they treat him badly? I don't know about that. Jeff Hansen was invited back because he won his age class in 90. What makes you so? What put them off so much?
I don't know. There's only a few people that have treated me right. One of them is right here in the channel.
Yeah, me.
And Shock.
I'm giving you a chance to tell your story because I'm a fair man. But yeah,
And Shock here too gave me a chance to commentate on it on his tournament the other day.
okay.
Shout out to Shock there.
Yes, he is in the chat or was.
So
But
let's
that's pretty
see
elaborate
what's
that it was just like there's some grand conspiracy against you. But be it as it may,
and let's close the Nintendo World Championship saga with 2015.
okay.
And then we can go into the recent events.
All right.
I only had 1 day. I was not supposed to go. I only got 1 day of practice
Mm-hmm.
until someone said, "You're going. Here's a little money. You can go." It's New York City. Didn't need a lot.
Well,
But I was broke by that time.
2015. So you're how old at this point?
30, 35, 36.
Okay, so you're well in your adulthood. You get to do
Was
what
out of
you
a job. Just got back from getting a gaming degree.
Okay. A gaming degree.
Yes.
What? Who offered a gaming degree?
DeVry at the time.
DeVry. What? You mean in creating games or
Creating
something else?
games.
Creating games. Okay. I probably should have went to DeVry if I wanted to be a coder.
I don't know how to do it now ever since they got into trouble, but I had the right professors and stuff, and I actually do make ROM hacks and other things on the side.
Okay. All right.
So I got to go to 2015. No practice again this time because I didn't know I was going.
Okay.
So I get the Ultimate NES remix. I practice it. I get about 1 million in practice. Not the greatest, not the worst.
Okay.
I go, but by the time I get there, we all know who John Numbers is.
Johnny Numbers, yes. Goldberg.
Yep, and he puts 4 million on the board. The tournament is over before it even starts.
That's another person I'd like to have a chat with, but I don't know if I can get him.
And so we all play for fun. I got to see Andrew again and everything. And
go ahead.
Basically, I get a bad seed, and when I get to the tournament, they changed all the seeds of the tournament games compared to the Ultimate NES remix. Not a surprise. And that's the end of my run. I heard Iarossi participated in Chicago, had a bad run, and we're both out. Our days are over.
That's 2015. I did not make it until couldn't go in 2015. I would have liked to. I had to sell for 2017 and then had to deal with the only way you were going to win is do a glitch run in Mario Kart, which was ridiculous.
Two things about 2015 is that I refused an interview because I just said, talk to the winners, give them more time. And second of all, that 2017 was such a joke with qualifying with Bowser. It was like,
yeah, I know.
That's a character.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know all about it.
So we're just gonna. So at that point, Nintendo World Championships was about dead.
I wish it weren't. I wish they did another one. I mean, but I wanted another shot at it. I mean, I watched it when they streamed the 2017. You know, they pulled out games that you didn't expect them to pull out because they used Balloon Fight as one of the games in a round. That cost me to buy a copy of the game. I already knew what it was, but now that game was getting notoriety again, and now it became kind of a hot collectible.
I like Sinister 1's run on Super Metroid. That was awesome.
Okay.
And I hate team games. I didn't like the team aspect of it. I really did not like that.
Well, you were playing on a team back in 1994.
That was kind of like, I'm going to say one thing about that. That was just kind of like forced. That wasn't true.
That was a gimmick.
Yeah.
I mean, you had your own custom, you had your own team jacket and stuff.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay. So
Okay.
where are we at? We're New York City. So I guess 2015 happened, and then you came out to 2017.
2017, I didn't even go. It was a waste of time.
Okay. It is what it is now. Thankfully, Galloping Ghost Arcade was up in the Chicago area, so I still went to Galloping Ghost Arcade after I went to Best Buy in Chicago to try to play the Nintendo World Championship and not make it in, but whatever.
And after 2017, the game, it was just NWC was just dead. I may get the cartridge eventually, but otherwise it's just done.
Okay. So after that, I guess we're fast forward to more recent times.
Yes, it all started when I played Dorian in Street Fighter 6.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say I just got master rank in Street Fighter 6, right? Not too long before that. And I was playing one of those days, and obviously that the rank match was really close, but of course that's not going to be enough for old rivals.
He
so
froze.
We play up first to 10. He beats me pretty bad.
Let me get back up. James has frozen. Oh, now you're back.
Okay.
You froze. Now you're back. Okay, start again.
So Dorian and I play in a ranked match.
Okay.
I just got master rank in Street Fighter 6.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really close, like down to the last pixel.
And he's frozen again.
That's not really.
All right. Let me take him down for a second. Let's take a quick break. I want to make sure that his connection is stable. I'll give it about a minute, and we'll resume in a moment. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're watching the Crimeycade podcast. What's going on? All right. So you were freezing. You're freezing. Connection okay. Go ahead. See, now I have into fire. Wow, what a pain. Okay. turn this off. God, I'm gonna turn this thing off. There we go. Wow. Try to turn the daggum. I got too much crap on my screen. Good grief. Got all these extra tabs and I'm like scanning up and down trying to turn. Okay, Comment Nation says neither of the feats were freezing. I don't know why it was freezing for me. Anyway, James is back in. I don't know what the heck's going on. You're not frozen now. I can tell you that.
I just shut down a few things, make sure everything's good.
All right. All right. Before we were interrupted by glitches, let's see. Or Dorian. All right, we're at Dorian.
So I play him in Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
And of course, and we do the rank match down to the last pixel. He wins, but still not enough for like gold rivals. You know what I mean?
Right.
We play to face first to 10. He plays me really well.
Mm-hmm.
4 times the experience too. So you expect him to take off like that. So I would even say the way he played there, he could even beat Jeff Hansen at that point.
Okay.
So he wins. We're talking. We talk game on Expo and everything. And I remember the favor he did for me back in 1994 after I beat Hansen. We played and he congratulated me. He tried to be. So I'm not an asshole. So I try to be nice to him and everything.
Okay.
So I offer to talk to him again, which would be December 23rd.
Right before Christmas.
He does not call back.
Uh-oh.
And I'm not too happy about that. Give him a few days, obviously. He does not call back. And the next thing I hear is Star Fox competition cartridge replacing what was supposed to be Powerfest 94 for the Retro Championships. So I take this as like challenge accepted. 25 days later, I beat Hansen's store record on the emulator.
Okay.
But along the way, you know Mega Retro Man, right? We're all familiar with
Oh, we know I know Mega Retro Man all too well because he has the world record on my tournament cartridge. Which I'm fine with him having because there's no way I'm not good at Dr. Mario.
Good friend, but apparently submits me for an audit. Not surprised. All right. Okay. I did 25 days. Everybody else took years. Can't blame him. I still send the scores through the roof.
Okay.
So let me get back to my notes here. Let's not get Dorian. So I keep
up on the screen because you said Game on Expo. So this is
I can also send you some links if I can find them to some of the videos I made too if you need them.
I got your YouTube channel pulled up too. So
okay, so Dorian generally messaged Mac eventually, said he had some problems and said I've generally been unfriendly and general unfriendliness and stuff. Had some family problems and he said to get back to me. All right.
Okay.
I give him my number, doesn't get back to me again. Has problems answering his phone.
Ghosting. He's ghosting you.
So finally, it looks like Jeff Hansen or somebody is watching my videos. I move ahead. All right.
Okay.
Break Hansen's record. Store record. And then I start practicing, and then I eventually start Twin Galaxies type qualifiers. Get 5 attempts, best you do.
Okay.
And eventually, I know I'm going to Game On Expo. So I get this with 8-bit controller. I'm sure you're familiar with these because I don't have any Nintendo controllers that work.
That's a PlayStation controller.
No, it's not.
What do you mean it isn't? Hold on.
It's got a few more extra buttons, but
that looks like a PlayStation. Oh. Oh no! Wait a minute. Okay, that's a third-party controller. That's not a Nintendo. It's like
one. It's the best thing I can get.
Okay, it's a special. It's different than what I'm seeing. It's not a standard one. It's a hybrid. He says. Yeah cool.
So, but I need something. So like when. But what I'm trying to do is convert my hand memories when I get to Game on Expo, the audio goes cleanly.
Right.
And then Guess who kind of now I've listened to Pioneers episode 6 by this point. Iarossi offers to talk, so I tell Dorian. And guess who shows up on your show and talks a whole bunch of trash?
What?
You can play that clip if you want now.
Which clip is it? Where is it?
Iarossi from your show.
Well, I don't have a clip of Iarossi on my. I don't have
The recent show.
Well, I don't have a clip. I
Okay.
should have told me to load up something in particular. But go ahead and tell me what you're referring to.
But he was talking about the whole show and like the little kid voice and everything. You know, the usual complaints.
Okay, okay. So you're going back to when we started my podcast interview with Iarossi.
Yeah.
And your name came up with talking about the finals, or talking about your story from his perspective.
And he was calling me out and everything. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he called you out, but because.
But I'm going to tell you a little something, Steve.
All right.
Little known to I don't know if he knows it or whatever, but I was the #1 ranked player on Dragon Quest Monsters Joker Limited when it went online back years ago.
Okay.
And guess what he decided to play on his cell phone, not looking at it?
The same game, I'm assuming.
The Dragon Quest ringtone.
Okay.
So not only did he call me out, he insulted me. I sent him a slime meme with Dragon Quest Monsters saying, "Just bring it. I'm taking it to Game Out Expo. I am challenging him to a 4 out of 7, all eras, 4 out of 7 best set there, if I get through on it."
Okay. So here, throw this back up here. You're going to the Game Out Expo.
Yes.
Next month, a month from now.
If I pass the audit on Star Fox.
You are challenging him to Dragon Quest Monsters.
No, a 4 out of 7, all eras, best out of 7.
Best out of 7, all eras. So what games are?
I'll explain those rules in a minute, but
okay.
But basically, if I get through the Star Fox audit, that's what I'm challenging him.
Audit.
Yeah.
Well, I got that video ready to go. At least this is.
Whichever one you want to play, either the
Twin Galaxies. This is the run. This is the run. Here we go.
But I have to do it. But I have to do the Star Fox in original hardware. There's no question about that.
Drop this down. Here we go.
Whether Retro Man wants to do it, or whether Retro Man wants to do it, or Dorian wants to do it, I have to do that in original hardware. No question about it.
Okay.
Because I don't have a CRT at home. I don't have proper controllers, and I have to do this properly.
All right. Okay. So you're playing this on
Meeson.
Right. You're playing this on what exactly?
Meeson, which is like one of the more accurate emulators.
Meeson.
MESEN. Let me type it in on the.
Yeah, put it in the chat so I can like post it on the screen. Not private chat.
No, I probably posted in public chat.
Oh. There we go.
But I'm just like, but believe me, I'm just as much of a original hardware person as Iarossi and Dorian are, and I won't recognize until I hit it on original hardware.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so you wanted to put best of 7.
All eras.
All eras, including this.
I'll go into the rules as soon as the Star Fox rule is over. Star Fox is done.
Okay.
So I want to show this in its full force. And just to note, since today I've hit 158,000, which is better than Packy.
Okay.
It's unverified because I did it at Shock's tournament. It's Shock and Verified showed him the score.
Okay, so
I don't have pictures or anything.
Recorded. Okay.
Not recorded, no.
That's unfortunate.
It is what it is. I was waiting for a tournament.
Okay, well, you got your practice in, so you know what your your personal best is. So, all right. So all eras, best of 7 rules. When one ban. If a game is banned, other games containing that game are banned, which apparently includes what? I guess it's the original 91 cartridge?
So like if I ban Tetris, all right,
Oh,
that's
fine. Okay.
like some things like that.
So it was
If
a
there's any
90 card,
clarifications, I
but
need to do that.
not the campus challenge. I know the campus challenge has been kind of put, kind of been reduced because, you know, Tessie broke 60 million on it.
I saw that. Yeah, he's good.
It's
He's
a
good.
pattern game. If you get the pattern, you're gonna get an unbeatable score, and so there's just no random element to it anymore, and so
Yeah.
they kind of don't put as much weight on that my tournament cartridge as they would for, let's say,
Hmm.
Powerfest 94.
Yeah. So
So from
we're
there,
getting near the end. I'll explain these rules, and I'm going to go into a little bit how to scout a certain player, how to scout players and play players in this type of format. And I'm going to use. I don't want to give away anything, but I'm going to use Justin Wong for an example
okay, go ahead.
because he's one that won't mind, and he'll just in your face anyway if he finds out. I know Justin, very good person, very good player, and I know he won't take offense.
All right. So 2 levels are complete. I have not gotten. Seems like if you want any sort of a chance, you got to clear the first 2 levels within 5 minutes. Otherwise, forget it.
You.
Although I was told that you can extend the time a little bit by zooming in and out of your cockpit.
There are things I still got to try out, but I did this one anyway.
But it seems like the clock slows down if you zoom in and out repeatedly. I don't know how it works, but I mean, you might want to try that yourself.
But one of the things I feel that I'm getting older now, Steve, so I don't know if the Retro Championships itself is the right field, and Mecha Retro Man definitely deserves his, and Packy deserve their time to play.
Mm-hmm.
My issue is more with Iarossi himself. And I want to settle that.
All right. So, if I understand this correctly, Mike Iarossi is organizing the Retro Game Championships.
Yes.
At Game On Expo, there is a championship belt on the line.
And there's the break.
There's the what?
There's the break, where I broke the score.
Okay. Yes. And the final score in this round was 147.
Which is better than Jeff Hansen's score.
What was his personal best?
144680, I believe.
Okay.
25 days.
All right.
Okay, so let's go into an all eras best of 7. This is similar to what Hansen and me played in 1994. All right.
Okay.
I've updated the rules a bit to be more fair, to consider time and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You get one ban like League of Legends. If a game is banned, all games containing that game are banned, like Tetris and Powerfest. We were talking about that before. Players alternate picking games. Champion has the advantage. So, like in that case, Iarossi would pick the game first.
Okay.
Once a series is game, the series is out, so you can't pick like Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5. That prevents people like Justin Wong from picking their entire series.
Mm-hmm.
Powerfest cartridges count as total as 1 point. So if you pick a Powerfest cartridge like Powerfest 94, that's 1 point.
Oh, I hate to show you this, but this one, this score was done by Chris Haas. I guess I'm gonna have to bump it ahead. I'm gonna just jump it to the 3rd level. So here's his run. This was from 15 years ago. I don't know how he did this run. Have you seen this video?
Link it to me. I'll look at it later.
Okay.
I'll reply back. But I've seen the one from Metal Smasher, but I don't know if these.
Oh, he died in this level. I think he killed him. I think he destroyed himself. Interesting.
I don't think he's playing at the right speed, but we'll talk. Well, we can talk about that later.
Yeah. I'll make sure that I'm playing. Yeah, it's normal speed. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so game 7 procedure enhances in case we both had that due to the logistics and everything. We both knew we was playing. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But I've modified this in case the players don't know that you get a number of vetoes to agree on a game, and this is where it comes in. I'll talk about this later.
Okay.
The player one champions advantage again would pick games, and then the player can veto it.
Mm-hmm.
You get a limited number of vetoes until you agree on a game, or that you can both settle on. If you both run out of vetoes, then the referee picks the game.
Okay.
I've had to think about this because some situations may not be agreeable, as Hansen and I played back in '94.
Okay.
And if you have some reason we have a tiebreaker scenario, that the veto situation would repeat itself. If that, God forbid, happens.
Okay.
And site and other external factors may determine what's available, including games available, controllers, and other logistics, including number of games that affected, like Jeff Hansen and my match, which was supposed to be a best of 7, but got reduced.
Okay.
And let's go to the fun part. I know we were talking about it and you couldn't keep up with me so well, but let's talk a basic scouting report. So say I played Justin Wong in the best of 7 set, all right? We all know him. You can show the picture I sent you.
Oh,
Justin
I can. I'll have to load that up. Sorry. Go ahead.
He's the best in fighting games. How would you defeat Justin Wong in the best of 7 set?
Not easily.
Definitely not.
Well, certainly on fighting games, I wouldn't have a chance in Hades.
And we're gonna take
Even
a
if it's random draw, and I have a reroll if I don't like my chat. I don't know if I can.
Well, this is just me an example, but certainly other people can differ on this. Mm-hmm. If we're gonna play Justin Wong, the game I'm banning is Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
I can play Marvel with them. It won't be easy, but I'd rather play Marvel than Street Fighter 6. I'm better at Marvel than Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
These are the two threats you got to deal with Justin Wong. You have to ban one of them. And you might not like Third Strike either, but I'm definitely getting rid of Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
And I'll take my chances with Marvel too. Now, generally, if you're talking picking your games, you don't want to play a fighting game with them. Ever, 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 ever. I played them in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I played them in Tekken. I played them in Soul Calibur. I've got destroyed in every one of them. You don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to play them in Capcom games. You don't want to play them in Mega Man. You don't want to play them in Resident Evil. You don't want to play them in anything like that. If you play them in that, you're probably going to get destroyed as a Capcom show.
Yeah.
Definitely not. And you probably don't want to play him in Smash either. He knows that too.
I don't think it matters what game I pick. So
here's what I would pick if I was playing Justin Wong. All right.
Okay.
First game I would pick is Dragon Quest Monsters Joker,
which is not a fighting game. It's more of a strategy game. There we go.
I
had to really fight. I had to really work this. I had to save this as a JPEG because it was in WebP format, which is not something that some proprietary image file format that I have to convert every time to even do anything with it. Annoying.
Now, the second game I would pick is Blaster Master,
which is a regular
NES shooter.
Yes. Is that for score? Is that scoring game or nay?
That's an adventure game. Get as far as you can.
Adventure game, but is there scoring?
No.
There is not.
and as far as you
Okay.
can.
Okay.
And it's hard as heck.
So it's not a scoring game. It's just basically how far you can get into the game before you lose.
Yeah, and third game I would pick is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time. Just better than most people at that, except for PJ. And
Okay.
he will. I can count on. That's an old reliable game.
Okay.
And if I had to agree on a game, oh my god, that would be tough. Maybe Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, if you heard that, Shock.
You think you could beat Justin Wong on Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3?
It's my best shot.
I don't know about that one, but
I don't know if I'd do it, but that would be if I had to take my chances in a game 7, that would be the one I would choose.
okay. This is another video. Somebody else. This is from 19 years ago. I don't know what he played this on. Probably an emulator of some sort, not the original tournament cart, but
Was he better than Flag Shock?
the score on this run was better than the last run I showed you. This one was done. Jeez, let me see. I'll get back over here. Let me switch this back.
Can we skip that video to the third stage, please, if we can?
Yeah, let's go. Let me go to the start of this third stage. Here we go. So how much time has he got? Oh, he's got 5 bombs. This can't be right. Can he get a bunch more bombs? Oh, see, he's got 2 minutes left. See, now I kind of have to look at stage 1 and stage 2 to see how fast he got through those first stages. But this game's run.
Yeah, I don't think
so. Run this fast?
Even on my Steam Deck, I don't get it running that fast.
Okay. So that's why you have to run it on original hardware, because this is.
Yeah, I said, I don't. As much as I have my issues with Iarossi and Doring, I'm not going to bullshit them.
Okay.
I'm going to play it on original hardware. If I make it, I do. If I don't, then that's what it is.
Yeah, because there's no way this.
No way.
See what the chat.
Even on my Steam Deck, I was just barely getting 170,000. No.
Okay.
What's the? No, he. That's bullshit.
Okay. See, now this guy's still going here.
Yeah, I think the best you can really have is 1:30, and that's if you have a really good run.
Right.
I could be wrong, but.
Well, the only way we'd know is if you'd played on original hardware.
And I'm more than willing to do so.
Okay.
Just give me a half-hour warm-up, 15 minutes, 30 minutes warm-up, so I don't go not fresh. You know what I mean? Not
right.
Not cold, you know, that's all I ask for. And give me a controller that works.
Okay. What else is there on this? So you're heading down there. There was some question as to whether you could afford the trip to go down there.
We're working on it.
Okay, so it's not 100%, but it's like 90.
It's 95%.
95%. Okay.
I made some deals.
Let me ask you this. What is it you need? What is it you have to get together to make so the trip can be done?
Mostly money, but I've got some deferreds and stuff. I'm almost for sure going now. I'm taking care of the VIP pretty much right when I get off the air.
Okay. Do you have any sponsors?
A couple of people within family, but no.
Okay. So here's another question. You had several complaints about your father, but what about other members of the family? Cousins, brothers, sisters?
Don't have any brothers and sisters, and my mom's deceased.
What about cousins, aunts, uncles?
I have a good amount of emotional support, but I don't have much financial support outside of my dad.
No. Supporting you as like encouraging you like a fan club type of a deal.
Oh, I have my Discord. Actually, let's go to the thanks. My Discord first of all. Zio, Zell, Zaros, Motorhead, Shock. They're the big ones. Then you have KXI. Then you have
What's your
some. Then you have my
Discord?
family and some other people that they've been with me for a while.
Where's your did you invite me to your Discord? Which one is it?
I didn't invite you yet. No.
Damn, what the heck? How's I gonna prep if you didn't invite me to your Discord?
It's private anyway, so
Okay.
I'll invite you, and I'll invite you soon. All right.
I mean, I'll look in there. It doesn't mean I'm gonna stay, but
It's a little more in development anyway. Let me.
Okay, it's not ready to go. All right. What else is what's left? You got through your best of 7, the rules. What else? What other?
But yes, if I just want to say, if Jeff Hansen ever does watch this, I would like him to give me a call. I just miss talking to him a bit.
So here's another. So how do I find Jeff Hansen? Because that's another one on my list. Now Rossi, I got Rossi on the show because I wanted to talk
I'll
to
link
other
you
Nintendo champions, and
I'll give you Hansen's Twitter when I get offline. I don't
oh
want to
gosh,
post them.
Twitter. I avoid Twitter like the plague because I've considered to be nothing more than a human toxic waste dump, although Blue Sky has surpassed it tenfold.
Yeah, I know.
But maybe I can see what maybe I can just contact him through there because I still have an account. It's just not used. I've locked it down and not used it since. It's just mainly for reading. If I absolutely have to contact somebody on Twitter, I have it available, but it's not used anymore.
Can you just do me a favor?
Yeah.
For Iarossi, can you post a slime meme, please?
A slime meme?
Yeah, the one that just says "just bring it." The picture from my ex account.
God, oh boy! Now I gotta find it. I didn't have that.
I'll get the link really fast.
Oh boy! You know what? Slime, metal slime mimi. Metal.
I'm getting it. I'm loading it.
Oh, look at this guy. Let's look at this guy. Can I full screen this turkey? Oh, it won't play. Darn it. All right. Any questions on the chat? Any questions from the chat?
Okay, I put it in I put it in the studio, Steve.
Okay. Oh, actually, I got the wrong one. Copy. Oops. I got in the wrong. I can't. I got to put it in Netscape. Otherwise, not Netscape. Firefox. Holy smokes. Jeez. Present invite. Stop screen. Present invite. Share screen. Window. Well, I had this a minute ago. What am I looking for here? I actually had this already. Where's the Mimi?
Right down there on the names from the monsters.
Where?
It says just bring
this? Okay. Well, I had that a minute ago. What are you talking about? I had that.
So, Mike, just bring it.
This is it. This right here. I guess the bottom was cut off. Okay, I get it now. I had this here, but I didn't realize.
So let's get past the audit. Whatever we have to do, then 4 out of 7 with Mike. Let's fix this robbery. It's been going on way too long.
Robbery.
Rivalry. Sorry.
Rivalry. Okay. Yeah, it's been going like how many years now?
32 years.
So the belt is on the line. like
for the next while they battle with the belt, Mike and me take care of it.
Well, you're also going to compete for the belt, aren't you?
I don't know.
You better compete for the belt. The belt is on. The championship is on the line. The perfect storybook ending would be he would have you win the whole daggone shebang, win this tournament, retro gaming tournament. He has to put that belt around your waist for the ultimate humiliation after 32 years of sniping and trash talk or whatever, or sabotage by third parties or whatever, whoever it was, or what do you call gosh, what is the dadgum something estranged father? Okay. That was the word I was trying to sabotage by your estranged father. Nintendo officials handing you hard versions of cartridges, Mike Iarossi hounding your ass, and you march in to Arizona, the Game On Expo. You compete against the other Nintendo champions for the belt. You win it all. You take the belt home. He has to you win the tournament. He has to put the belt around your waist, and then you can just rub it in his face.
And say, I've
waited 32 years for this moment.
We be nice.
Deal with it.
Strock's asking who your favorite wrestler is, Steve.
And stand in victory as a champion. That's how you end this.
Yeah. Shock's asking who your favorite wrestler is.
So that's a question to you. I assume that's a question to you.
I've had a few over the years. Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho. A couple I can't mention on the air, but mostly Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho.
You can't mention on the air. Why was that?
Certain reasons.
Can't mention them on the air. Like Hulk Hogan?
And one other person.
Okay. There's a lot of not so nice people in the wrestling business. I think a lot of us were Hulkamaniacs when we grew up. Yes, we know about the horror story, some of the behind the scenes nonsense that went on, but don't be embarrassed to say you're a fan of Hulk Hogan. If they're going to give you a hard time for that, it's like, screw you. I know what his history is. I know what his troubled legacy is. But you didn't know until you were like, however old you are now. You didn't know what it was like back in the 80s and 90s, what his shady side was. So don't give me a hard time about it.
Fine, I did like Hulk Hogan a little bit. Miss R.I.P.
Though they took his figure off the Real American Beer, which is kind of surprising since I would assume the Hogan estate still owns the brand. But be that as it may. All right. Anything else you wanted to cover? I'd see scouting report, but it's not filled out.
That was what I just did with Justin Long.
Okay. All right.
I think what's up?
Says company is suing his estate over rights to the brand. Oh, that's gonna be great. Well, that'll be something to watch in the near future, I guess. All right.
So I guess the cats are going to be having fun with you soon.
Yeah, I shut them out of the room because one of them would be running across the desk up just to get off the computer.
Like, can I just share one thing with everybody?
Go ahead.
I used to have a very special pet with me, and he passed away right before my mom did, unfortunately.
Okay.
And I just want to show everybody what wrong app.
You have a photo, or do you have an urn?
It's going to be. I'm going to show the photo on my end.
Okay.
Those who know me know that he was very dear to me.
Okay. Should be able to
Hmm.
pull it up.
I am just trying to, and I've even put him in my games a bit.
Hmm. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. Let me put it on. Hold on. Where's my focus? There.
There he is, peekaboo baby.
Mm. There he is. Okay. I thought you were going to put it
I
in the StreamYard. I thought you were
Let me
going to.
just show one more time.
Ooh. Yeah, I see him.
So I had my special pets too.
Yes. Yeah, and I got to take one to the vet Thursday. That's going to be a nightmare.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, just getting up 5 in the morning is going to be a hard enough deal, and then just having her take the medications to sedate her so she can have her teeth worked on. And then there's also the worry of, well, is she going to be all right, given that she's 18 and only 6.5 pounds? Because although she's gotten a lot more active of late for her age, which is kind of surprising. She wasn't this rowdy a year ago. So I don't know. Maybe one of her one of her other 9 lives kicked in. And she's acting like a kitten again all of a sudden.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to take off. I just want to say thank you for the interview. It went very well.
Is there anything you want to plug before you get out of here? Anything else?
Yes. I just want to plug 3 other projects I've been working on.
Okay.
And 2 I've been doing, and one that's upcoming. First is Zelda Classic / ZQuest Classic, which is one's the ongoing, and the other was the former Warlord Cleok. And even on non-great terms, I'm still going to give Connor and Emily a mention because they're still keeping it going, even if I don't associate with them anymore. That they're still doing a job on it, even though I don't agree with half the things they do.
Okay.
Second thing is my Pokemon ROM hack, currently called Special Editions, but it's gonna be renamed after one of my current nicknames, the JAA Phantoms Journal. Let me give you a link really fast in the studio about it. This is the latest picture of it.
Yep. Could put it up on the screen.
Or you
can put it in the chat.
I'm gonna put it in the studio chat so you can put it up.
Okay. Have you ever made it to Galvin Ghost Arcade?
I'm actually thinking about going maybe next year or later this year.
Okay. So if you go to the Galvin Ghost Arcade in the Chicago area, and I'm going to throw this up.
I've never been to Chicago.
You've never been to Chicago? Okay.
Only once on a plane. That's for 2 hours. That's about it. That's
okay.
Powerfest 94, ironically. But I put the picture in the studio.
So there it is. Grind. If you make it to Galvin Ghost Arcade, you need 2 full days, going on 3, to get the full effect of the place for a first-time visitor. There are 1,076 games on the arcade floor, and there's no way you can play them all. I know one person tried running the gauntlet, but there was like the game count was like in the 400s back then. Yeah, so it might get overwhelming when you step in there for the first time, but once you get going, you find the games you know, and then you start looking at games that you don't know and see what tickles your fancy.
Also, one other project, and yes, Shock's here to hear it, that I'm considering taking on an Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 project, trying to get that cleaned up so the competitive scene has something they can play and have a user interface that doesn't take 20 minutes to button check.
For the arcade or what console?
For like computer console. It's based on all the original Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, but cleaned up.
Now there's all these doggone MUGEN Mortal Kombat project where they recreated the MK3 or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 and then have it a bunch of new characters created for it. I mean, you involved in that, seat?
I'm starting to get involved, but what I'm going to say is the new Mortal Kombat collection that came out.
Mm-hmm.
Ask Shock what he thinks about how it is just to get buttons set up on it. This is why I'm doing it.
Gosh, here we go.
20 minutes per match. No.
Yeah, and here's some of that footage now, although this is a fatality demonstration here. Yeah, Aqua was not an official Mortal Kombat character. This is Project Expanded Plus Rebirth.
Yeah, there are several different projects, but I kind of want to just start with like my own, and I just want to get it to the point where the arcade people can play and the original Mortal Kombat. Start with the original Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah.
As displayed in the video was properly made. That's where I want to start. I don't kind of want to make new characters too much.
Yeah.
The only characters I really want to put in there, personally, were the original Ryu and Ken crossovers that were rumored. That everything else is going to stick to Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 and Trilogy. That's it.
Well, they ported the Street Fighter, the movie characters over.
I have something else in mind.
Okay.
Not going to say. Too early in the
fact. This is one that this one right here, New Era, probably has all of them in there, including WWE WrestleMania characters.
That's too much.
Well, they threw everything in the kitchen sink in this thing. Looks like some, what is it? Killer Instinct characters got thrown in. Let's see. Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, and I don't know why they even thought he was a fighter to begin with. That made no daggum sense. Yeah. I guess this is just a showcase of all the characters in the game. Have you met any of the Mortal Kombat actors?
No, I'm kind of introverted in real life.
Introverted? Well, aren't we all we have our own little quirks, but took me a while. Well, this is why I have to get out my voice.
As Shock says, I want to use more of the arcade hardware than Mugen for this.
There's a bear? Oh, gosh. All right.
Mortal Kombat project. That was funny.
Yeah.
So inaccurate, though.
Yeah. This is homebrew. Clearly homebrew. So.
If I was doing something, I would want to use more like, I would want to use the original hardware of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 Plus. That's the direction I would like to use.
All right. I know they did release Ultimate Mortal Kombat Plus ROMs that added,
that would be the direction I would like to go, because I really just want to keep things like, because if I wanted to use it, I would want it used in tournaments where I could go.
Okay. All right, James, Nightmare James.
And I'm going to sign off as of now because I got to get ready to do something. So.
Right. Nightmare James, I want to thank you for coming into the Crimeycade, and we'll hope to see you around the arcade soon. Maybe attend some of the game cons and get back in the tournament scene, and probably your road to redemption has started. Let's put it this way. Your road to redemption tour has started. So make it count.
Thank you.
All right.
How do I sign out of this?
I'll take you down. Anyway, have a good night.
Thank you.
All right. It was Nightmare James. I was going to say something on the backside of this pod, but I don't know if I'm ready yet. So I may have to, I kind of feel like I need to pre-record it because a bunch of people have a flaming hot poker up their tailpipe and just lash out when their precious little feelings get hurt for the most minute of reasons. And it doesn't make any sense. I know that they are in a losing battle right now, and the losses continue to pile up to the political correctness crowd, and more of them. In fact, more of those losses got handed out last week. So I guess I'm going to save it. I'm going to pre-record it, maybe air it on my next pod. But upcoming, yes, as I mentioned earlier, had them on last Thursday. David Bryan, the organizer of the Augusta Gaming Expo on the 21st, Retrofest also on the 21st in River Oaks, Texas. C2E2 in Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo, March 27th through the 29th. Don't know if I'm going to this. I don't know what I'm doing that weekend. But Louisville is also having their arcade expo. I'd like to go to that, but pets. Can't really get too far away. Yes. The Como Retro, Columbia, Missouri, and I don't know if I'm going to make it to this either, because there's a Comic-Con going on locally in Springfield, but I may also be called to duty to film up in the northern part of the state. I will be at the Midwest Gaming Classic for my 21st or 22nd time. Can't wait. Now I've gotten past the wrestling show last weekend. And the St. Joseph RetroCon, after the scandal, finding out what happened with my originally booked guest getting in trouble with the law, under new management, June 2nd and 3rd, 2026 in St. Joseph, Missouri. We'll see if I get invited to that. But officially, my next podcast will be on February the 19th, Thursday. I am not going this Thursday because of the cat situation. So, Jeff Lee, the Gottlieb, Milestar, arcade designer, the legend. One of his prototype games got revealed at Galvin Ghost Arcade a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to have a discussion about that, Keybert, Three Stooges, the other unreleased games. Jeff Lee will be on the podcast on February 19th, 10 days from now. And following that, video gaming documentary that I did not get to be in because I didn't know they were doing it. And I haven't seen this yet. For your amusement, this was set up in St. Louis. Justin Tolliver, the producer, his colleague who also worked on the documentary, Robert Googs Severson, he's also the ring announcer for Pro Wrestling Epic. Yeah, and I'm going to Pro Wrestling Epic in 2 weeks down in Salem, Illinois on the 21st. Googs will be ring announcing. So that'll be a fun time. So I will be rating the channel. Who will I give the rating to this week? Once I get the doggone screen up so I can take this thing down. Anyway, so 10 days from now, I'll be back on the air, and I hope to see you around. And, the week's just started. So, I want to thank you for joining me in this week, and hope to see you next time. I'm the Mad Conservative Crime Fighter. Have a good night, everybody.